whether good or bad, though. Sometimes you get credit that you don't deserve. Sometimes you get the challenge, the issue, as a result of something that you never did. So if we start to recognize this, then let me ask you, do you think this gets better or worse when people get upset? That's right. When emotions get involved, this gets completely out of whack. In fact, it can get as low as 90-10. Where 90% of the times, things are incorrect. Zig Ziglar would say that you treat people like you see them. Does that have anything to do with the bearing of who they really are? No. It's all 100% to do with you. That's it. Whether we recognize that or not, that's the real difference. If we start to become aware of this, then you might start to recognize that you might seem like an awesome individual to some, or you might seem like a jerk to somebody else. Regardless of who you really are, you might be the nicest person in the world. You guys with me? So, what can we do about it? How many of you guys are married? All right, fantastic. So let me ask you guys something. Have you guys ever said something that your wife or your husband mistook as something bad?
No. Absolutely.
That's never happened, right? So, hey honey, can you pass me the salt? You guys heard how I said that. Hey, honey, can you pass me the salt? Okay, please, right? Can you please pass me the salt? Do you think that maybe the other person is thinking like, oh man, are they upset because of how they said it? You guys hear what we're talking about, right? Like right now it sounds funny, but this is real life. This happens every single day. What? Exactly, right? How do you look in that dress? How do I look in this dress? You look amazing. Oh my gosh. I said you look amazing. So as we start to think of these things, all of these truths are based on the person that's listening to them. That's it. So the only way that we can be sure is very simply by asking. Hey, honey, when you said to pass you the salt, it made me feel like you're upset. Are you?
We're going to have this talk now.
No, we'll do that one later. That's after. That's the advanced course. So as we start to think about this, how many times do you get to ask your clients if we actually screwed up or not? Sometimes we do. Sometimes we actually get to go back and fix things. Sometimes that's it. We're done. You guys with me? This is why it's so important to recognize that in communication, if it's somebody that you don't already have a relationship with or that you are working really hard at doing that, you get one chance. And that one chance, it's already 50% down. Now, in our day and age, do you think people are living joyful or they tend to be more stressed out and they have things going on in their lives? So do you think they're going to be more likely to be on the 50% or closer down to the 90%? Right, because have people gotten ripped off by somebody else in your same industry? Yep. So, as we start to recognize the importance of asking questions is huge. And as we put it together, there was something that Brian said up here that you want to make sure that you're connecting with your clients. Now, what about your team members? Do you want to check in with your team members and make sure that they are connecting with you? Or do you really think that, man, I'm the greatest communicator in the world? I say something once and everybody does it. And they do it right every single time. Do we have somebody in the room like that? Because, man, I'd love to sit in your class. Howard and I will be the first person in the front to be sitting. I'm sure Brian would sit in there too. But this is important. We got to get feedback. And it's very difficult when you don't get that feedback. You can fix things. You can go back. When we have the feedback, you can't fix it if you don't have the two-way communication. If it's one way, it might be done. This is why in marketing, when you send out a newsletter, a postcard, some sort of ad or something like that, that can ruin it. That was it. Now, to make that up, you got to send another 15 after that. Or I'm sure S&T can tell you exactly how many to try to fix it up afterwards. You guys with me? So, I want to make sure that we understand this because in communication, let me ask you, are you communicating with yourself every single day? Are you telling yourself that you can or cannot do things every single day? When you wake up first thing in the morning, what is usually the first thing that goes through your mind? Shout it out. Coffee? Prayer, thankfulness. What else? Snooze button. Somebody's honest over there. To-do list. What is it? Toilet, okay. How many of you ever woke up in the middle of the night and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I got to make payroll and we don't have the sales right now? How many of you have woken up in the middle of the night and you had this one thing that just like, gosh, this is dragging me. And then it consumes your whole day. Sometimes it consumes your whole week, your whole month. For some people, it consumes their whole life. My wife went through depression. Depression is such a horrible thing. It's hard to understand. It's hard to communicate that. It took the longest time for me to recognize that there was nothing that I could do to fix it, even though I wanted to. When
you tried it, did it work?
Yeah. Every single time. You don't understand me. And that was hard. Very hard. But then I needed to learn to communicate with her in the way that she communicates. And many times to shut up and ask more questions and listen. Not to listen to talk, to make my point, but to just listen and support. So, as we get rolling, then every single day we're going to tell ourselves, yeah, today is going to be the day that I'm going to be able to accomplish all these things. And then all of a sudden the phone call comes in from the client, we get busy, we get rolling, and then what are we going to do? Well, I got busy. I got to take care of that client. I got to call this other client. I got to take care of this team member. I got this other guy that's running through an issue. I got to go out and make deposits. I got to make sure that we got payroll cut, like all this stuff going through your mind. But what gets you pumped up moving forward? What gets you motivated? What is the next thing? And the next thing? And the next thing? So I heard John Maxwell. And John Maxwell was talking about having a personal growth plan. And that you want to make sure that you focus on growth and not on goals. Because goals end. And growth continues. But then Zig always said you got to have goals. And that was kind of hard. Like, oh my gosh, I got two amazing people that have changed my lives and they're saying different things. Until I heard Zig say, really, the thing is, at the end of the day, yes, achieving your goals, it's awesome. But the biggest part is who you become along the way. It's that growth that we happen. Now, are you growing intentionally? Some of you guys are saying yes. And some of you guys are probably not. If you can't have a resounding yes, then that's an honest no. Because if we're going to be intentional about growth, does it need to happen every day, every quarter, every month, every single day, right? Monday through Sunday. But in what areas do we grow? How do we focus on that person that we're going to become? Because for some people, seeing that vision of who they want to become is difficult, isn't it? So what if we take both things and we put them together? Let's go through a visualization exercise. Are you guys okay with that? Yeah? All right, cool. So let's get everybody to go ahead and stand up. Now do me a favor, no phones, no laptops, no technology or anything. You don't need to take notes, all right? And in this case, actually, you don't even need to be able to see anything because we're all just going to close our eyes. Fair enough? Now, if everybody closes their eyes, then it's cool. But if, like, some people are, like, trying to look, then it's awkward, right? But if you just close your eyes, then it'll make it easier. Now, the first thing that I want to make sure that I touch base on is a simple exercise that has to do with breathing. Now, the first time I heard this breathing exercise, I just thought, it's like, man, this is like mumbo-jumbo, new agey kind of deal thing. And it was actually not. This is based on studies with Olympians. And the biggest issue that Olympians run into before they go into their game is what's called muscle tension. Now, we've all felt that muscle tension at some point in our lives, especially when we're stressed. You feel in your shoulders. You feel like, gosh, man, things are kind of rough. You feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's where that term was coming from. So there's a simple breathing technique that we're going to go ahead and do, and that you guys are going to learn to put it all together. And this is how it goes. I'm just going to go ahead and explain it, and we're going to be able to do it, and then we'll do our simple visualization. So the way the breathing is going to work is I'm going to make sure that I explain it. When you breathe in, you're going to breathe in to a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to hold it for a count of 1, 2, and then you're going to breathe out to a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody understand? We good? All right, cool. Those of you that don't have your eyes closed, let's go ahead and close them right now. Just get relaxed. Get your arms next to you or in front of you, however you feel as relaxed as possible. We're going to go ahead and take a deep breath to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, right now, you've done that 4 times. Keep your eyes closed. You're feeling relaxed. You're feeling pretty good. And I want you to envision your life 12 months from now. Just 12 months from now. May 16th, 2018. As you're thinking about that a year from now, I want you to imagine 3 things in your life. What are the things or stuff that you have done, bought, accomplished? What are some of the experiences that you've been through that you have gone through in your life in those last 12 months and in your economic life, how have you changed it? What are the differences when it came down to your portfolio, to your assets, to your business sales, to your profits? What does that look like 12 months from now? What are those numbers? What are those experiences? What are those things, that stuff that you got? And as you're thinking about those three things, I want you to imagine you've already gotten them. You've already accomplished these things. You have them. You've received them. It's in your bank account. You've been through it with your spouse, with your children, with your friends, with your associates, whatever those experiences are like. And those things that you want, you have them. You have that home. You have that car. You see that car. You see that home. You see that new location for your business. You see that new place. You see it. You can touch it. Can you smell it? Can you feel it? To where it's real. And as you start to think of those three things and your experiences, and everything to do with your economic life, then you're remembering what were the things that you did. The changes that you started to make in your life, the action steps, your beliefs that started to be different as a result of these truths that are already coming. And how it all started here at this one conference at night where you guys were standing with your eyes closed. And some of you guys were thinking this was weird. And some of you guys were thinking, I'm going to make this happen. There's no way around this other than it's happened. It's already done. It's already happened. Now do me a favor. In a moment, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to have a seat, and you're going to write down all the things that you thought of. All those things that you thought about in those three areas. In those things, in those experiences, and in your economic life. Ready, set, and open your eyes, have a seat, and write down everything that was going through your mind. Write them all down in those three areas. Your things, your experiences, and your economic life. Write them down. You have to write them down. Your unconscious mind will not believe it to be true if you don't write them down right now. You can have a list of 1,000 things. It doesn't matter. You can have a list of one. It doesn't matter if some of those can happen in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, or if it's going to take you the full year. Write them down. Doesn't matter if you don't know how you're going to do it, just write it down. Doesn't matter if you don't truly believe that it can happen, write it down. All right, I see most of you guys are done. Some of you guys are still writing. Now, do me a favor. I want us to go ahead and be intentional about 3 of them. So I want you to go ahead and now go to a brand new sheet of paper. And you're going to pick 3 of those. 3 of those things that you put down. 3 of them. And I want you to write it down. And right underneath it, I want you to write down why. Why you want to make this happen. You're going to pick 3 of these, and I want you to write down why. And that why needs to burn you. Needs to be the thing that gets you waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, working on that one thing that you want to make, do, or happen. Write down why that's important to you. Not why it's important to anybody else, why it's important to you. Write down why. Make sure that why is powerful enough. Just 3. All right, I see most of you guys are finishing up right now. Is that right? If you're finished, go ahead and stand up. Stand up and have your 3 things that you want to accomplish and why in your hand. Now, as you guys are standing, then I want you to again eyeball the room, and you're going to find another person that you haven't met. Another person. So it can't be the same person that you did the previous exercise with. You got to find somebody else that you don't know. And if you're kind of stuck on that, then that's all right. Just kind of raise your hand, and we'll connect 2 of y'all together. We're about to do that. In a moment. All right. Before you guys get rolling, let's make sure that everybody has written down their 3 and they have found a partner. Does anybody not have a partner? Is anybody still working on theirs? All right, Pat, somebody needs a partner for Pat. Somebody else raise their hand. All right, Pat, over here. Okay, no, they're working on theirs. Who else needs a partner? All right, right here. Mike, come on this side. I see it right here. You guys are going to work together. You're going to be my partner. How about that? All right. Everybody else got a partner? David? You good? All right. Matt, you good? You need somebody? All right, there you go. Right here. You guys are going to work together. Everybody have a partner? Say yes.
Yes.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and take myself off the mic in just a moment because let me ask you, how are you going to feel when you have accomplished this?
Good.
Better than phenomenal. Fulfilled.
I'm going to feel good. I feel great. It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
Come on, how are you going to feel? Do you really want this? I want it to come from here. Not from here, from here. You feel it in your gut. You know this thing is going to happen. There's no other way around it. It has happened already. The only thing is that time just needs to catch up to what's happening in here. You created it. You've seen it. God gave you the opportunities, the people around you. Everything's already happened. The action steps have already occurred. You've seen them in your mind. All you have to do is follow through. So how are you going to feel? How are you going to feel? All right, so right now we have it up here. We got to get it down here. And I want you to say it with everything that you got. And if everybody says it at the same time, it doesn't matter who's yelling. It doesn't matter really what you're saying because it's not for the other person. This one is for you. I want you to say it with everything you got. Why you want those things and the things that you're going to accomplish. Those 3 things and why. And I want you to find your partner. And those of you that are listening, I want you to say, is that it? Really? Give me some more. Say it like you mean it. You guys with me? Are you going to accomplish this?
Yeah.
So let's do it. Ready, set, go! No. You gotta say it like it's awesome. I'm going to be debt free, and it's gonna feel amazing.
Okay. To each other.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ready, set, and grow. Say it like you mean it. This is happening. This is for real. Woo! You got this. Don't worry about the people next to you. Just you share it like you mean it. Freedom! All right, do not hog the conversation. Let the other person share. Do not hog the conversation. Let the other person share. Don't hog it. All right. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back. Let's give a round of applause for your partner. Give a round of applause for your partner. Give it for him. Yeah. All right, now do me one last favor. One last favor. Everybody, go ahead and pay attention one last time. One last time before we finish up. There's two things that I want you to do, but I want to do right now. As you are thinking of those amazing things that you're going to accomplish, these incredible things, how would you describe yourself 12 months from now? What are those adjectives you would use? Rockin', blessed, fulfilled, passionate, encouraged, bolder, smarter. What is? Legacy. What else? Content, happier, joyful, energized. I want you to do me a favor and write those down on the top of your 3 goals. Write them down. Who is that person that you need to become? Are you bolder, stronger, more efficient, more loving? Are you more aware? Are you smarter? Are you committed? What is it?
More umbrellas in my drink.
I love that. Write down those adjectives of you 12 months from now. And that is the person that you will become. That is the person that you will become. Now, I told you that there were 2 things that I want you to do. I want you to think of one action step that you can take today. One. What is one thing you can do today? It doesn't have to be big. It can be as simple as you're just going to write it out. What is the first step that you're going to take? But I want you to think of one action step that you will take every single day in order to get you closer to your goals and closer to your dreams. Because this is just the beginning of a process. This is just the beginning of starting to recognize who God made you to be. This is just a little snippet. Because I truly believe that with God, everything is possible.
Absolutely.
And if that's the truth, then we are limitless. So what can hold us back? Just us. But guess what? We already did it. It's already done here. Now we just got to walk it. Are we going to walk it? Are we going to take the one action step tonight? As small as it is. Are we going to take that action step?
Yes.
Now, those of you that would love to share what these things are, and you guys are Inner Circle members, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to send it in to us. We want to know what that is. We want to hold you accountable. We want to help you reach those goals. Because if you are more successful, then everybody around you, every community, your family, every relationship that you have in your life will become better as a result of that. And what better thing than to be a part of that? Even if we just get to hear about it. You guys with me? So, as we go home up to the room, and you're thinking about this, and you're thinking about the steps, remember, before you go to bed, take that one action step. And one simple experience to do as well is that breathing technique. Everybody remember it? 5 seconds breathing in, 2 seconds holding it, 8 seconds breathing out. If the Olympians use it every single time that they are about to go, why can't we use it every single time that we're about to go? Because every single day is a brand new opportunity. And it's up to us to make it or break it. You guys with me? Thank you very much. Let's do this.